Today we're going to review sections 1, 2, and 3 of the Sil Lum Tao form. Hey everybody, it's Master Wahnish here and I welcome you to the channel. If you're new here, please take 1 second, hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future lessons to come. Now last Monday I posted an instructional video of section 3 of the Sil Lum Tao form, and at that end of the video we did a little follow along of sections 1, 2, and 3. Today is just a bonus video where I'm giving more detail on sections 1, 2, and 3 of the Sil Lum Tao form, just a final kind of review of those sections and a good follow along for everybody. So let's jump right into that lesson.
Let's go through the first 3 sets of the Sil Lum Tao form together. Go ahead and start with your feet together, hands at your side, and we're going to run through this together. I'll be your mirror utilizing my right side first. You're going to start on your left. So let's get started. First, our hands come up. We pull them straight back. Drop at your knees. Your left foot's going to circle, and then your right foot circles. And you should look down. Are your feet on a straight line? Knees in, back straight. And if you're in a good front stance, then you can proceed. If you're not in this good front stance, you need to keep working that first bit to make sure you're winding up in a good front stance. And no, we don't look down at our feet in the form and practice as we're doing it, but in learning, you need to look down and check, am I in a good front stance before continuing? So let's start one more time, feet together. Bring your hands up, back, drop your knees. Your left foot does the semicircle, then your right foot. Your knees in, feet on a straight line, back straight, head straight. We define our center line. Doesn't matter right over left or left over right. We're just defining this is the center line. Hands come up, straight back. Let's do that one more time, the intro set together, and then we'll go through all 3 parts. Drop your knees, left foot, right foot, define your center line, and back. Now bring your left fist to the center of your body, punch straight out, open your hand, and Hien Sao. Now your right fist to the center of your body, punch straight out, Hien Sao. Now your left hand comes out into Tan Sao, Hien Sao, back, 1, 2, we come back for the 3rd time, our Phuc Sao comes out, Tai Sao comes up, Hien Sao, Pak Sao, strike, Hien Sao. Now your right hand comes out in Tan Sao, Hien Sao, drifts back, Phuc Sao comes out the center, straight up, Hien Sao. Back to our 2nd Phuc Sao. And then we'll come out for the last time to our 3rd Phuc Sao. Straight up, Hien Sao, Pak Sao, palm strike, Hien Sao, and then you exit off to your right. Excellent job. I want to bring up a few tips and then we're going to run through that one more time together. Tip number 1, always make sure you're in that good front stance before moving any further with your form. Check that you're in a good front stance. Tip number 2, in that first intro set, when I'm bringing this up, it's not straight up here, it's here and then angled out. So make sure your hands are angled out. In that 2nd set where we go and do the punch, bring your fist to the center, then punch straight out, defining our punches come from the center of our body. So you're always bringing your fist to the center, straight out. And then on that 3rd set, there's always those few key factors that I'm always correcting students on. One, making sure your Tan Sao comes out about a fist and a half from the center of your body. making sure you have that good angle of deflection and filling space. When you Hin Sao around, don't let your hand just drift back. It's your whole arm drifts back as a unit. As this comes back, your fingertips come together, and then you're coming straight out in Fuq Sao. This should be nice and level. You could have a glass of water set on top of your Fuq Sao, and then come up to your Tai Sao. All too often I see students kind of coming here and they're just blending this out, and they're missing those hand positions, and things are incorrect. So from your Tan Sao, come back, drop down, good Fuq Sao, straight out. Now up to your Tai Sao, slightly bent. So those are just a few key tips and corrections for the first 3 sets of the Sil Lum Tao form. Let's run through the Sil Lum Tao form, first 3 sets one more time together, and then we'll move on to set 4. So let's start with our feet together. Once again, you're going to use your left. I'll use my right to be your mirror. Always take a deep breath in and out before you begin, to help remind you to relax everything in your body. There should be no tension in your body when doing this form. So our hands come up. Excellent. One last tip I want to bring up when practicing your Sil Lum Tao form is this inactive hand. And I mentioned this before, and you'll hear me say this again. As a beginner, you're focused so much on the hand with movement that this hand winds up being lazy, falls asleep, rests on your body. You want to have eventually conscious thought, equal amount in both hands. So when this hand's doing something, this hand's loose and relaxed, but not resting on my body. Once again, that's just as if I was in a fight. I don't throw a punch out and let the other hand go to sleep. My rear hand, I'm going to have just as much intention, thought, and focus in my rear hand as I do in my lead hand. So it's important to have conscious thought in both hands when practicing the form, not just the active hand.
I hope you enjoyed today's lesson where we reviewed sections 1 through 3 of the Sil Lum Tao form. Please take a second, hit that like button if you can, that subscribe button and that bell notification, and feel free to share this video with anybody you like. Now next week I'll be posting set 4 and 5 of the Sil Lum Tao. That's why I really wanted to give a good extra bonus review so everybody can tighten up sections 1, 2, and 3 and be ready for section 4 on Monday. Now you can learn at your own pace here, so if you really are still on section 1 or 2 or 3, no worries, take your time, get this down, and then move on to section 4 when you're ready. It'll be there for you. So I appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see everybody on Monday where we go over section 4. Thank you.